up, everyone? Welcome to this episode of Kevy Eats World. On this episode, we are going to poach eggs. Before we continue, please make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. So we're going to dedicate this video to all the DILFs out there, dedicated, involved, loving fathers, you perverts. But no, really, poached eggs is it's a recipe that seems like it's a lot more complicated than it is. So you really just need a handful of ingredients. You need an egg, and you need a slotted spoon, and you need vinegar. We're gonna do a little extra technique in here just to kind of fancify this thing, but it's not necessary to get a good poached egg. So the first thing that you really wanna do is you wanna work on getting your water to a rolling boil. Once your water gets to a rolling boil, you're gonna lower the heat and you're gonna add a little bit of vinegar. The reason that you have to add vinegar is essentially you get a double cooking effect from the vinegar. So the heat is going to cook the egg, but what the vinegar does is vinegar is a cooking compound. It's going to add acidity into the water. And what that acidity is going to do is it's going to coagulate the egg white or the proteins in the egg white. So that's gonna prevent the egg white from splashing out and getting those, wispy parts all throughout the water. So that's gonna ensure that your egg stays nice and firm. The other thing that you can do is you can get a fine mesh sieve and a little bowl, and you can actually, some of the more liquidy parts of the egg white, you could actually filter those out if you want, which is what we're gonna do. And then if you want to use like a little ramekin to help give your egg a soft landing, you can do that as well. But really, if you just added vinegar into your water and put the egg in, you'd be fine. So we have our water to a rolling boil. We're gonna go ahead here and we're just gonna crack our egg into the mesh sieve. And you can see just some of the liquidy parts of the egg whites are draining out a little bit, but this one's actually pretty firm across the board. So we'll get a little bit of that out, but this is actually looking pretty good from an egg perspective. And then just gently put your egg into the ramekin. Now, we're gonna turn the heat off. We're gonna add, let's say, 2 tablespoons worth of vinegar. Don't worry about the amount of vinegar you add unless you add like a half a bottle of white vinegar. You are not going to taste the vinegar itself, in the egg. So we're gonna add a little vinegar. And you can see now the heat's come down. And then we're just gonna gently drop our egg into the water. You can see that there's a little bit of the wisp coming off, but for the most part, the egg itself, the proteins in the egg whites are really wrapped around the yolk. And so at this point, you really can cook this for as long as you want. You can make a hard poached egg, or you can make a soft poached egg. We're gonna give this about 2.5 minutes, and then we'll come back and we will take it out of the water. All right, so it's been about 2.5 minutes of the egg being in the water here. And so you just gently want to use your slotted spoon to take the egg out of the water. You want to rest it on a paper towel. You want to just allow the outside of all the water and the liquid on the egg to dry off. And then you're simply going to put it on your plate. I'm going to put a little pepper on this, and then we'll cut into this and just have a beautiful runny poached egg. So again, if you like this video, please make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time on Kevy Eats World.